Hello everybody, I'm Type 1 Dragon and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Tours and Tournaments, the Swedish Crown. And I sadly did not have a historical fact for y'all today. I know, I do apologize for it. The truth is, it has been a very busy week for me and I just haven't had the time to research. The trick is, the research doesn't take long. The topic does, and I just haven't found the time to find the right topic. And while I could continue forward chronologically, sometimes I do like to go and take a look back and to some parts that we have covered. Take case in point, the last Crusader Kings 3 video. We took a look back at the early parts of Swedish history, the Viking Age. But now we're in a little bit of kerfuffle. One, I started building a forestry here so I could get taxes, but I unpaused the game for 2 seconds, and I noticed that my sister, Skoga Nalgold, has a higher military strength than me, despite me having over 7,000 soldiers. I'm guessing that counts for the special units that you can get. The men-at-arms. I had a mind blank there. So that is something that we are going to try and fix today. Get our men-at-arms to a much more higher tier standard with a lot more huskarls. I might actually I decided to keep one unit for Varangian Adventures because in case we try to go kick in some old Nordic charm and go invade England for a good minute or two, but yeah, that is something we're going to fix. And I'm currently getting a claim here on this county because another thing that I want to try and do today is get another duchy. Really get this whole multiple small vassal situation under control. Because the less amount of vassals I have directly, the less problems I will have, hopefully. But we're just going to do a few things, and I will be back when something interesting happens. Also, I reinstate the Knights of the King's retinue. So, hopefully soon we can get things in order. As for ourselves, King Graham Eriksson is doing very well. And look, our troop count's already going up. Splendid. We have Prince Eric, who is a very learned young man, and his potential rival, Prince Stuckhead, who is albino and a genius. So, two very good kids in the running for the next King of Sweden. But what do we have here? A missing village. Lit only by a single candle, my finger pauses on an entry in the ledger. Something is not quite right. Soon I'm searching through every record from the county of Dalebergslagen I can find. At last, it is clear as day. It seems as if an entire village has gone missing from the taxation records. The tax collector in Delsberlagen must investigate. The collector will lead the investigation. I might gain a stewardship perk. I shall travel to the village personally. While my learning ain't that good, my intrigue and stewardship is immaculate. And my martial is pretty good as well. So you know what? I'll heed the investigation myself. We're also aligned to Norway, which this is a very interesting union. Because my son and heir, Prince Eric, well, my potential heir, is currently is currently married to, betrothed to Princess Svenhilda Osdotter, who is technically third in line for the Kingdom of Norway. Even though there is a election going on between Prince Stockhold and Prince Harold. So if she can get a claim, well, first, if she can live long enough, but if she can get a claim to the Kingdom of Norway, all that can be mine. I'm also surprised Norway hasn't tried taking this little bit of territory yet. We'll be taking that shortly. It's just we kind of have a truce with them. But yeah, a potential PU over Norway is in the future, although my plan is to take all the Finnish lands, parts of the Balkan, and establish a few satellite kingdoms in Russia. Missing village. As I arrive at the village, accompanied by my guards, I discovered at last why the locals stopped paying their taxes. Every house stands derelict and abandoned. There's no trace, any people at all, not even my collector. A slowly rising sense of dread overtakes me as my guards rummage through the silent houses, quickly turning to panic when one of them suddenly shouts, "What did you find?" The development progress in the county of Delsperlagen increases by -50. So decreases. What is... Let's see, its development progress. What's its current development progress? It's at 99. If I wait just a sec... No, I better click it now. Nosewise! I'm sure he'll be back. Let's see. Doesn't look like it decreased at all, so... Weird. It probably hasn't ticked yet. Nosewise, run away. I'm out riding my dog. My dog Nosewise beside me when suddenly he runs off into the plains. He must have gotten scared by what happened in the village. My retinue assures me he will come back. But what if he doesn't? I will be patient. I am a humble, patient, but zealous man. A missing village. What awaits me in the abandoned house is a foul stench and a pile of corpses. Decay makes it impossible to tell how they died. But even the least rotten corpse are without any obvious marks of killing. Burn this hell pit to the ground. County of Delsperlagen gains land cleared for settlement for 10 years. That's pretty good. Bury the bodies and order resettlement. Control level changes to +20. Gains forced resettlement. Let the dead rest, finally. Burn it to the ground. No matter how long I wait, Nosewise does not return. Just as I'm about to leave, my friend Duke Tyke, who apparently came with me, appears out of nowhere. Nosewise until, my friend, I do believe you lost someone. Tyke, you're a good man, even though you are a powerful vassal. But you are my friend, and thank you for bringing my dog home. Truly. The missing village is unceremoniously, but the fire does what needs to be done. I watch as the flames consume the long abandoned houses, but not for long. I have seen everything I need to see here. It is time to return home. Tyke, let us not speak of this ever again. So that does have all of its stay your territory. So now if I can see, I might actually have enough to get. That is the bigger one, so I still need 100 ducats. Although I can't usurp that yet. So I just need 100 ducats, but we got a perk, which is more important. Taxman. Let's see. do I need the rest of these perks? Popular opinion. That would actually be beneficial. The mainland as well. What about architect? Stewardship +2, building construction time, cause, holding. Let's see. I'm still a very young man, so I can go all the way down architect, then beeline down scholar. Because I'm just 29 and in good health. And my sons, they are very young indeed. My wife, going Adeline, she's alright. She has her moments, but for the most part, she is alright. And I love her for that. Even though I do have my own days. But also, the family in Poland, Duke Rurik is now in charge because his father, Prince Simiot, died in battle on December 8th, 1117, at the age of 32. But my sister, I may have missed this in the previous episode, died in childbirth. Oh boy. The family's getting a little bit strained. I might want to get a alliance with you. Although, why are you in central Germany now? But yeah, I don't know why it has to be the men-at-arms. Let's see. We both have the same number of knights. You have 300 huscarls. You have 200 pikemen, 20 mangonels, and 400 bondi. As well as 2,000 special soldiers where you are a Crusader Queen. Meanwhile, I only have 10 mangonels, which, you know what, I am actually going to increase that now. I have 300 Vigmen, and I have 300 Huscarls, 200 Varangian Adventurers, and 500 Bondi. So, Retinue Vanguard. Type Heaven Infantry. Retinue Vanguard counters these types. Spearmen. Terrain effects, none. They are very cheap though. We'll start with 5 soldiers reinforced to 100. I might have to look into that. Because that is very interesting to have. Although I don't have any regular light infantry. Which I should probably... You know what? I am going to get a unit of regular light infantry. And I will station you in Sund. Which I think that has some unique buildings to add. No, let's see. Your stations on my men. Your station the siegers, because it has bonuses to it. Because of the hill fort. You're stationing the Bondi. Alright. 21 gold. We're doing alright. For your court level, we're rank 13 already? Nice. Let's see. The King of Bohemia, the Emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire, and the Seljuks are in the top 3. In the future, I might actually do a Byzantine run to try and restore Rome, because I do not have that achievement, believe it or not. Mysteries of the Scriptures. My son Eric and his little friend Giblius has taken a copy of the Scriptures from the study and brought it into the playroom, and completely ruined it. Torn pages, footprints on the cover, no respect whatsoever. It seems as if little Eric doesn't care for the word of the divine. Much like a certain someone that we used to know. Hint, hint. Like, let's see, where is he? Like a certain, where is he? Where is this man? I'm trying to do a bit. Not you. You? Like this second Eric. Let's see, he could... Cynical. I can make him humble. Humble would be very good, especially if he does not become the primary heir. Or I can make him content, which is also very good if he's not the primary heir. I feel like humble would be better, so that way there's a potential of sending him to the monastery. Or even have him join the Holy Order. No! Nosewise! Nosewise has walked by my side for many years, and the passage of time does not spare dogs. As I kneel beside him, he starts wagging his tail slowly, but he cannot raise his head. I sit with him, long into the night, petting his brown back until the tail stills. I will make sure that you will forever be by my side, Nosewise. Night effectiveness +5? Nosewise, you absolute Chad! And he will be by my side, but beside my house's banners. Of the old dynasty and the new. Nosewise, we love you. You absolute legend of a dog. Eric is now the player heir. Nice. That was a bad time to create a duchy tile. See you done. I'll be dead for a few months. But that's fine. That is fine as can be. Sure. Alright, Beyond, come on in. Homage, taking the knee. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Count Beyond, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, as attendants bring forth his gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken and scribes record his pledges to serve the Kingdom of Sweden. At last I bid the Count arise, confirming my satisfaction and Bjorn's rights to the lands he rules in my stead. I accept your generous gifts, Count Bjorn. That came at the perfect time, and now to make my vassals very, very angry. Oh yeah, baby. Crown Authority 4. Surprisingly, only you are very angry, and I'm currently fixing that situation. You're my rival, so your opinion really doesn't matter. But for the most part, everyone is rather cool with it. And that's a good thing, because we still have this installation faction for my cousin, who hopefully, once they pass, will fix things. Even though I do need to get that count away from you because of Jutland. Now I can't create Jutland. I can actually create the Duchy of Jutland. But I need my alliance with Norway. Denmark. Can I please get someone on the throne, Denmark? I can get my nephew on the throne. Okay. If I get my nephew on the throne of Denmark, I can also get Bjorn. Bjorn, you're 29. You're flagrant, you're quick, and you're scarred. Brynjolf, you're an eager reveler, but you're married to someone who's a twin. Well, Bjorn, he already has a child who's pretty dang good, and I will marry off to further secure some good old traits in the family. Let's see. Age difference about 5 years. I'm not gonna marry him to my daughter. Fecund could be good. Plus, they're Danish, so that could also be good. Could you know? Would that? Yeah, that would be inbreeding. Gertha could be good. You're not good. Reckless could be good. They're already of a obscure house, but that's probably as best as I can get with her. I'll just have to make sure that she gets a good education. What about you? I can offer you guardianship. No, I can't. Alright, Niels, you are going to be betrothed to, I guess, Reckless. Chance of children high, let a day tick by. Alright, and I'm not going to mess this up. As much as I want to claim Pomerania, as much as I want to claim Russia so I can eventually form Lithuania, having my dynasty on the throne of Denmark is more important at this current situation. So, Bjorn, Niels is betrothed, everything is good. You still have potential to have at least one more kid. This is going to be a big war. An expensive war, but a big and important war. And just to ensure that this war goes through, I'm going to spend the 300 prestige, because it won't matter, and I'm going to... Oh, you're not going to accept. That's fine. So, Norway, Sweden versus Denmark. Anyone else getting a strange sense of deja mustard right now? If you get that reference, you are an absolute legend. I cannot afford not to summon everyone and go into extreme debt. Alright. 0.7 would be good enough. I'm going to send... You only have 4 knights, that's fine. You go there, and you go there. This is a prelude to what is going to happen in 1444. If you play EU4 and you play as Sweden. Oh crap, that's a lot of men. That is a lot of men. That is a lot of men. Let's see. Predicted arrival 15 days, 10 days. You know what? We have to fall back. You know what? Never mind. Get in there. Everyone get in. Hold out. Hold out, you beautiful men. Hold out. And the Norwegians come in for the clutch. So, the reason why we still have the Varangian Adventurers, plus 10%, they are still good in this terrain. Let's go. And we got enemy combatants. Mirhelmir. You're going to be ransomed, so that way I can get some troops in. You're go return home. You're go there for supply. And oh, should I call you in? Let's see. How much prestige will I eventually get? Would that... We can also do a hostage exchange. 300 shared between... I would gain... It's not worth it. Selling them would not be worth it. Tourney troubles. As king, I have been obliged to attend a local wrestling tournament, but the contestants have been delayed. The tournament won't start for at least another hour. My rival and vassal, Countess Mara, is here and, as always, is being an insufferable lot. Her constant complaining is making everyone even more miserable than normal. Meanwhile, my friend Dutyke is sitting under the pavilion, clearly bored halfway to death. Push Mara into the horses war trough to liven things up. That would give me a prestige debt. Spend time with Tyke, or... You know what? Yeah. Oh, she's not my nemesis. You guys go back to Siegen. You go there. You return. Let's see, we get a second war score from possibly holding the capital. Yeah, so I will need to hold the capital. Alright, you increase county control. Let's get you to... No, let's get over here in the Lithuania territories. 5 months, 5 months. That's alright. The Unknown King. Oh, and you will never believe what happened next. My guess, Alexei won't stop talking about himself and all the things that have happened to him. In addition to his endless prattling, I'm uneasy with this stranger speaking so informally to me. I tried to excuse myself from the guests, but by telling him I have other matters and people to attend to. But he interrupts me, asking what job I have or if I'm here to be treated like the king for a day, like every other guest. Dumbfounded, I managed to respond, I am the king. The blood drains from his face and he begins to stutter. My most sincerest apologies, my lord. I promise I'm not here to simply leech off your fortunes and to have servants attend my every need for a brief stay. I swear, it's just that your court's reputation is more talked about than your appearance, my lord. Maybe they'll remember me if I make an example of you. Interesting? Or, like I say, I actually don't mind everyone not knowing about who I am. It's more pleasing, actually. You are my guest, and you're part of the Rurikid dynasty. I can use that. Spread the word. Actually, I don't mind everyone not knowing about me. I'm going to pin you because you could be of special interest later. Alright, 1, welcome. Have a wife. 2, convert. You have 11 powers. You could serve as a knight. Potentially. Oh, that also reminds me, I need... Dragon. You had over 4,000 prestige just a few minutes ago. And you spent it. We captured the Duke of Jutland. Thank you for the money. Notable healer who is possessed and is disloyal. Why would I hire you? And my core physician does an excellent job already. Alternative reading. In a dusty corner of the library, I found a tome, bound in leather and inscribed with weird symbols, partially hidden behind other books. It is old, but has obviously seen some use recently. As I leaf through it, I quickly come to the realization that it deals with some unconventional knowledge. Interesting. I glance around before sitting down to read it. Focus reading, +1 learning, that's always good. Or heresy. You know what? I'll take the reading for the learning for a little bit. We kind of need it. I'm sorry. The very mention of your name is the wings on which I ascend to heaven. I wish only to be by your side, that I may know the warmth of your embrace, you and I together. These lines are but a bleak reflection of my feelings for you. I will do anything to prove my loyal affection. You're my sister. We already know that one of your sons, well, one is definitely a bastard. The other has disputed heritage, and your primary heir, possibly not your husband's. Actually, yeah, he's your husband. They're both sadistic. You're my sister. I may be albino. I may be named Grim, and I may have done some pretty horrible things and plan to possibly do something to the Kingdom of Poland, but I draw the line at incest. Also, Croatia is having a really good game. Jeez. They took a chunk out hungry. Good going, you guys. Monastic dealings. A guild of stonemasons has established itself in the county of Upland. Having dedicated craftsmen in my personal service could help the region flourish. I will strike a deal with them. Duke Cole earn me their allegiance, or why would I need their help when I have serfs? I will attempt to strike a deal with them. Then we have an agreement. Well, at least it could have been worse, but building construction time and costs for 20 years is excellent. My guest has a claim on the Duchy of... I'm not going all the way down to what will be Austria. No. Poor cousins. How's Iceland doing? They actually... I mean, they are in the middle of nowhere, so I guess I'm not that surprised. Who are you fighting? Morgan Cerny. Oh, I can hold court. Probably should soon. Let's see. Race all here, just so I can get my knights back. Secret exposed. You don't... My nemesis and vassal, Countess Mira, has accused my spymaster, Count Isko, of having an extramarital affair with his lover, Countess Sigurd. How could he defile the sanctity of this marriage? You dirty, dirty dog. I want to get rid of you so badly. My cousin was killed. Now it's my vassal and knight. So if he dies, no, it will still find a way to go to people in my house. Just better make sure you're still alive, Stropion. And my wife is pregnant. Please be your daughter, because if it's a son, we are going to have a very bad time. Scheme of courts. Someone's trying to kill my courtier. That's fine. You're still pretty powerful, so I can't get rid of you yet. You, I do. How quick can I get a handout from the Pope? Not quick, because I do need money from him. But that does provide opportunity. I think next I need to attack on the Lithuania territory, so yeah, I better actually try and get that. Although soon, I could possibly go into Poland. Siege 1. Let's get everyone down to Ski Island. I knew you were bad luck. As I open my eyes in the dark, I am immediately overwhelmed by an ominous feeling. Is someone watching me? Are you ready to embrace the truth, Grim? I would recognize that voice anywhere. It must be my courtier Matilda. The Horn God offers you his blessing. Will you accept? The world will know of your sins, Matilda. I want nothing to do with this. Begone, demon. The world will know of your sin. You are hereby dismissed from my court. Alone in the kitchen. Eric, you are now hereby disowned. Well, compassion is pretty alright. Okay. Greetings, my lord. Gunnar, one of the cooks, says. I have your son Eric with me here. He promised to clean the pots and the cookery, you see. He draws in a sharp breath. But he nibbed all the food like a little rat and then fell asleep on the floor on a flour sack. He is due a hiding if you ask me, but I'll leave him with you to do with you as he see fit. This child is so unmotivated and lethargic, you could confuse him for a corpse. You should treat Gunnar better, Eric. But you are hereby disowned. Most likely. Grim, though. No, Stockhead. You could be good. Child my dynasty, good. Measurable defense. Let me figure this out. Okay, so, Grim, you are hereby going to take the vows. Why won't you accept? Primary heir. I will fix that. So, Brigitte, I'm going to remove you from my wardship because I saw you well on a track. I'm going to get Archbishop Karl. No, I'm going to give my caravan master the duty of teaching you. You know what? I'll give it to my wife. Yeah. Stockard, you are now going to be educated by me. And Grim? Well, Stockard, you are now the primary heir. Even though you are still technically technically a child. I'm going to use a hook there. But you are now, congratulations, the main heir. And you will accept the vows whenever you can. And I have a daughter named Margaret who is slow. May you grow strong, my daughter. May you go strong. Now, Eric, you're going to take the vows. I am sorry, my son. As for my alliance with Norway, though, because I may have lost that for a second, I can potentially get it back. Well, Svenhilda was 16, so... So, we have... Flora. Grim is 5. Flora is 11. That's only a 4-year difference. Compared to, no, not 4 year, 6 year. Compared to, the nearly 10. So, 6 years, not that bad. I mean, let's see. Yeah, 6 years. That's not that bad of a difference. By the time Grim is 18, which will be 13 years, you will be 24. Again, that's not bad. Although, I might actually be able to get a better marriage for Grim. Not with my sister. We already tried Hungary once. You know what? Let's just go with Flora. So, let's just stick with it. Although, you are rather weak. And I do have a claim on you. That might have just accidentally ended up well. Eric, I'm sorry. I really am, my son. But the moment lazy comes up as an option, you're getting kicked out. Plus, we probably all know it was going to be Stockhead. Hey, put it on the pyre. Generational diligence. What does that mean? Oh, you unlocked rank 2 warfare. I'm actually fine with that. Pursue effectiveness plus 15%. Retreat loss minus 15%. Cast a spell cost minus 20%. That is perfect. Okay, before I actually do end this war, I can only ransom off you. That's fine. Let's see, what was that? Alright, yeah, see you done. Showing the coal. Good, good, good. Cigar exposed, that's... Mayor Frederici of Asphyxia has accused my spy master. Dude! You're not having a good day. Okay. You like me better now. Who does not like me the most? That's not my rival. Merulf, you are my direct vassal. I'm going to start swaying you. And while I'm actually here, what are we researching? Nothing in High Medieval yet. We are 3 years from that, so... Once I get popular figurehead, I'm going to switch over to Scholar. Secret discovered. Really, man, you're not doing well. Oh. King or peasant, high or low, it does not matter. In the end, we are all mortals. I was reminded of this as I woke coughing in the early morning hours. A dull ache pounding through my head and throat. You seem to be under the weather, my lord. I know a fair number of suitable remedies. Do no more than what is necessary. A little brighter. Relaxing your breathing, Carl instructs me. The feather in his hand looked almost ethereal as he began to gently brush me under my nose. Evil be gone, he urged as I sneezed loudly. The strange tickling turned out to be just what I needed, for now the worst of my symptoms are alleviated, and the world seems a little brighter. Excellent work, Carl. So I had a little bit of a head cold. The map. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Quite satisfied. My son Eric has been asking me for a scruple for a long time, and I told him I would get one for him in 3 months if he displayed more focus in his studies. He responded that he was fine with his current dedication to studies and reward. Yeah, you can keep content. Ooh. But I will ransom you real quick. And now... that is a third Stenkil on a throne. That is very, very... Although you are currently weak at the moment, a third Stenkil is a good Stenkil. And that war took a very long time. I'm actually amazed. But I now have the opportunity to make another duchy or two. Well, since I actually have the full duchy, that I'll make it. Then eventually make that. So out of you all, actually I'm quite tempted to give you it, since you're already a powerful vassal. It's, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually going to give you the title, Petty King of Kola. You can have 2 duchies. That's fine by me. And I will actually grant you a seat on the council, since you're actually not that bad. As for where, it's alright. Now, you're still looking on Upland, 13 days, 3 years, 8 months, 21 months, 2 years. Let's get Darossagan fixed up. That is currently 14. What is the development looking like? We're alright. We still have a long way to go, but we're working on it. As for faith, we're pretty much the superior faith. Yeah, the offensive war really took us out, so I really have to cool down for a while. But that does mean I can go to war now with you for the county of Jutland. see, who are you allied to now? Of course you are. But that makes 3 members of my dynasty on thrones. That is very good. You are very strong, and I'm worried about it. Although, when you die... Oh, your health is... Wow. Not feeling well, aggravated wound, flatulent, wounded. You might become the, next ruler very, very soon, my friend. You're doing well. Just out of curiosity. Oh. Oh my. So you know Norse, Italian Vulgar, High German, and... I'm sorry, what was that last one? Pathetic. Cross selection dialects. I guess that's the local Pomeranian language? Yep, local Pomeranian. So it's not German. It's like Slavic. Yeah, it is Slavic. Okay, that's neat. There's still Slovakian in there? Ruga's a holy site, Pluk, Kiev, Verlad, and Novgorod. And there's Villas is still holding on? As an wow. You're literally the only villainless ruler out there. That's honestly really impressive. I know I shouldn't do this war, but we're gonna knock it out real quick. Just real quick. Knock it out. Now, I'll only really need my men-at-arms for this one. And you know what? I'm going to lead my own troops into battle. And I'm now the head of the dynasty again. Good. Edela, you are 45. How? Joachim, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. I'm going to give you a guardian and diplomacy. And you're just gonna be named Yava. Let's see, how hard of a war would this be? So not very far. So you know what? My armies are raised. But just 2 very quick wars. Yeah, let's negotiate alliance with you so that way you can actually survive. Alright. You need a successor. And you also need a successor. That'll be over in 5 months. And in the meantime, let's just zip on through. Hey! Very nice. Got some cool artifacts. Yeah, I need to repair these. And as for Antiquarium, you'll be appointed. As for prisoners, you'll be released. Yeah. You can be released. You can be released. Converts and you can be released. I'm not going to release you. You can be released into my custody. You can be released. You can go free. You're not going to convert, so let's just go ahead and expedite. I'm back to my old self. Perfect. The coastline is looking more and more Swedish by the day. Great. I really don't care. You can renounce your claims, though. So hopefully you'll be set up soon to where you can actually survive until I can go and take the pressure from you. As for culture, is Swedish moving more into the Sami territory? I don't think so. I could always increase that exchange. I gave these two Swedish guys up. Didn't really mean to do that. Your day just got significantly worse. Hey, Stock could learn High German. Nice. What languages do I speak? Norse and Italian Volga. Right, because my mother was Caspian. I should probably learn another language. Like, my son knows High German. Maybe I should learn High German. But after I get popular figurehead, definitely switching over to scholarship. That's still the plan. Secret exposed. Who would have guessed it? A secret truth has reached the light of day. My sister, Queen of Hilda, has had an extramarital affair with her soulmate, Prince Christian. Are you telling me that these two were banging? If I could, I would declare the excommunication casus belli on you, sister. If I could, I most definitely would. Hey, let's look at that. Good luck. Yeah. I could be doing other things. Challenge to a board game? Oh, you do not look well. Improved it. No, what? Sure. we'll play a board game. Hennaflot. Countess Helena is already winning. Is already waiting to begin our little Hennaflot match. Set winning with a competitive grimace. Writ large across our features. You don't say! We're neck and neck, though neither of us is even close to victory. Did you know you can learn exactly how someone lies by watching their face during Hennaflot? Queries my opponent. Oh, I didn't mean. I just took note. Innocent whistling. Innocent whistling. Just as planned. Hey! The whistling Dixie took us home. With a smug smile, I placed my final piece upon the board. God has witnessed my triumph today. From the start, I had complete trust that God would see me as the victor. There could be no other way. No other way. At this lit, Helena remains seated. Hands on her hunches, trying to comprehend where she went wrong. Good game, Helena. But I would love to play again sometime. Now what? Just a good game. I already have one rival, I don't need two. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I gotta accept that. So the bulk of my army is in, here. Gonna have to send you across once you're fully raced. Yep, there is Poland. You could possibly join? Since Dynasty Wars? Yeah. I'm gonna have to send... Oh, 6k Poland. This may end bad. Cole died. You don't like me. I'll sway you. Cole was such... You're my cousin, I really don't care. You can take the job for now. And I need you on train commanders. Alright, we got beeline it over to Denmark. See, how is the Polish army? They got Kana, bowmen, armored footmen, and over. We should actually be able to do well against them. You're allied to the Holy Roman Empire. You're allied to the bit. Oh, I got a long way to go before I can catch up to either of them. Oh boy, hopefully some massive war starts, but allied to both the Byzantines and Poland. Great, just great. You went Cathar. That's interesting. I can't interact with you. Alright. I'm going... No, I can't call it here. I would be stupid to call it here. I need to finish this war. So, hopefully the bulk of their forces attempts to go to Denmark. If that is the case, we can get them on the disembark penalty. But we need to keep the Polish forces occupied in Poland, but keep Scandinavian alive. You know what? How well are you, nephew? Sure. You know what? Yeah, we're good. We can be friends. Yeah, we need to keep Scandinavian alive. And against tyranny. War against tyranny. You can snuff that out easily. How long is this a park penalty? 15 days. We do not move from there for 15 days. I knew that would expire soon. Negotiate alliance. Use hook. Good, good, good. You're free again. Congratulations. Alright. I need to try and take that territory over there. Why are all the good commanders over here? Elite troops in that army. You be there. You go there. You go there. I go there. Let's see. That is the King of Norway. You know what? Sure. Why not? There's a Polish army. They're stuck on Ronholm. That might be good for me. Organized rule. Should I switch to martial focus? What can be done here? You know what? Yeah, let's put both the pelts there. Nose-wise, good dog. Alright. Both of you go over there. We might... The thing is, we can't lose a single inch of the capital. 57 days. Probably end up getting mercenaries there. I don't know if this is a good idea. Yeah, that is not a good idea. We're going to go back to the mainland. Well, we're going back to our mainland. Because we cannot lose Scandinavian. Actually, yeah, go straight to the capital. 30 days. Where are you all landing? 15 days. This is gonna be risky. Got the disembark penalty. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. We already trapped them. Oh, we're taking huge casualties. Oh. Soaring ambition. That was 2 big losses on our end. Oh, that was not good at all for us. But that might have been what we need to give just a little bit time to hurt the Polish morale, because they are already bleeding money. Yeah, right this wrong. That's another thing I need to try and get is the feudal taxes situation. Real quick though. Oh, they already have arch saddles. So what can we get to help even the odds? You know what? Yeah, communal government would actually be pretty good to have. Now time to hire some mercenaries, which I can't because it costs way too much money. Fine, I will accept that war offer. You need to get another alliance. War lost from battles. Ugh. You lose your... I would rather have you in my pocket. Guards, do whatever you can. I welcome this greatly, thank you. Sweet, I have a best friend. I'm actually going... Really? That would be deadly? Alright, I need mercenaries. Legion of Helgum. You all will have to do. Can I get money from the Pope? Actually, yeah, can I get money from the Pope? Ask for gold? Base for... You greedy, greedy Pope. Norway is not having a good time either. Okay, that's good. Let's go give you more territory. Time to turn quick profit. We can still turn this war around. Mysterious of Scriptures, we've already read this event, so you will be humble. Can I try to murder you? Can't. What I can do, though, is get hooks. Because I should already have some hooks. No, not anymore. I already used them. Great. Okay, that's good. Not any alliance with you. How close actually is this? AK to... I am the bulk of the army. If we can actually hold them off from getting to Scotland, we might actually be able to take it back. Petty vandalism. And my daughter... She gains the trait Just, which I do actually like the trait Just. I'll talk to her. She's arbitrary. Perfect, 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 perfect. You need a guardian. Your brother can handle you. You know what? Have fun and intrigue. Five months, 49 days. Going to catch one. We caught one. That's good. That's good. That's real good for us. Now you have disembarking penalty. Let's go! Stack wipe. We absolutely stacked wipe them. How do you like that, Polish? How do you like that, wing hussars? You know what? Can I please? Oh, you wouldn't like that now, would you? You wouldn't like that, would you? I'm keeping you all as prisoners. I'm sending you down here to go help the siege. Oh, that was perfect timing. Yeah, that's fine. I will start to sway. Don't care about my nemesis. I'll sway you a bit. Oh, I can't believe we actually got that. That was so clutch. We needed that timing. I will blackmail you. See, you are his court physician. Time to cause a little chaos in the Polish crown. Oh, end the war. Looks like Germany is also having a little kerfuffle. Let's go. I would remove all his crown lands, so that way you can ensure that he can never rise up against you. Make sure that none of them can rise up against you, my friend. But, oh, that was... Croatia's not doing well. The Byzantines aren't doing well. Oh. As soon as that alliance goes, we would actually stand a chance against Poland. So as soon as you're gone, and you take the throne, we might have a chance against Poland here very, very soon. Again, you have a claim. He's incredibly weak. But he's still allied to Germany, so... Yes, I'm going to ask the Pope for some money. I'm going to also ransom you. And you. Don't forget about you. Not negotiate. You. How strong of a duke are you? You like your liege. You also have a fair number of troops. So you know what? Bye-bye. Call that what you will. I need to show a little bit of dominance. That also split this land up between two heirs. That's always fun. And not only one of you have a pretty strong opinion about your liege. Could I possibly have used that for something better? Maybe. But I'm a little petty. Norway's really not having a good time right now. If I save up just a little bit more money, I can get... You know what? We are going to end this episode in style. Of course. Of course. I'm going to upgrade the Temple of Uppsala, a lofty cathedral built to rival the most splendid constructions of southern Europe. Uppsala Cathedral serves as the burial site for some of the most prominent monarchs of Sweden and contains several saintly relics. This holding plus 2 tax a month. This county levy size plus 15, holding tax plus 15%, development growth plus 25%. Holder of this holding, 0.2 pioneer a month, monthly prestige per knight, monthly renown, men-at-arms effectiveness, knight effectiveness. Let's go. So once I get that up, arm knight effectiveness will be almost 200% without a martial focus. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. So let's crush this little rebellion real quick. Oh boy. Ha 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 ha! You thought. Did I get any more artifacts? Got a fine sword. It's fine. Go destroy it. Same with that. And you know what? I'm actually going to sponsor an artifact. You want to make an urn? By all means. Make the finest urn you can. And that is a war won. 2 wars. Actually, technically 3 wars for Denmark. A war to get my house on Denmark. A war to ensure my house stays on Denmark. And another war to ensure my house stays on Denmark. You're not doing well, my friend. You, though, you're a little bit of a pain. I might be able to fix that. But you fully have the Duchy of Skjolland, which means even if these two were to separate, Denmark is still in good power. That's a good thing, a very good thing. You, though, you're a massive issue, so I might need to start doing some intrigue work in the HRE to discover some ways to dismantle it. Because the old Mongolian trick, where after you take out several emperors back to back, usually they don't have enough power base to hold enough power to ensure that everything goes well. Wow, you are bleeding ducats. But usually, if you take them out one after the other, you can cause them to disband. By getting rid of the HRE, that would be a very good thing for me. Well, for my dynasty, anyway. That means we can go more into Germany and into the Baltic. So, yeah, the Swedish Crown is growing by the day. I have to play some intrigue with you all, but Poland is my big rival. I am going to ensure that you can never stand up to me again. And all it'll take is just one successful assassination. Which I am rather good at, if I do say so myself. But I am going to call this video to a close. It has been one roller coaster right after the other. Lithuania is starting to form back together slowly, so you're going to be a rival, but we finally had our big war against Denmark, and it was to get my nephew. So, my sister's son, Astrid, who was the firstborn of Eric II. Astrid, you who were supposed to be the Queen of Denmark. You who were supposed to earn that title. Your son, your eldest boy, Bjorn, took the throne in your stead. I say that is a very, very good ending for that. And we have also gotten back our top position as the head of the dynasty. So that is also a good thing. With trust in the Lord, strength shall arrive, and strength is slowly but steadily arriving for House Stenkil and its subsequent houses. But as I said, I'm going to call the video to a close with that little monologue out of the way. I've been Type 1 Dragon, you have all been awesome, and as always, stay safe out there, everyone. Oh, Hadua.